Hi, my name is Ariel, and my channel is called The Soft Life Oracle. So, I've never actually done a YouTube live before, but I kind of wanted to start off tonight by diving into some topics. And if anybody joins me, I'd be happy to read cards for you. So, a little bit about me. I have a business that I'm making kind of. Um, I am an energetic architect, intuitive person. I can support you through essentially personal growth, growth arcs, healing journeys. Um, I've been doing live readings lately, which has been going well, which is what inspired me to start this live tonight. There have been a lot of topics in my personal life that I've kind of been wrapping up. And I want to talk about the topic of change because I feel that everybody is going through a huge period of change right now. And what I want to say about that is the change is going to happen regardless of whether or not you resist it. And the more you resist it, the more painful it's going to be. If you allow yourself to surrender and relax into the change process, you will find it to be more nourishing and supportive. Um, so, yeah, I just wanted to talk about that. If anybody follows numerology, you might know that this is the year of the nine. This is the year of closing and ending cycles. The year is almost over. And January 1st, 2026, that is officially a 1 year. So that represents new beginnings. So as we close out these chapters, I want to bring acknowledgement to the discomfort we can experience when going through change. And what I want to say is change is inevitable, it's going to happen no matter what. Um, it is time for you to trust the process. Trust the process. Trust that life has your back. And I said this today, but what I want to say is even if you're not a spiritual person, even if historically life hasn't shown you that it has your back, what I want to say is that you are still here, right? So, regardless of the challenges that life has thrown your way, you have maneuvered through them. So, if you don't trust the general life to having your back, trust that you're going to do the best that you absolutely can. And you have seen yourself through every single challenge and you're still here, regardless about how you feel about that right now. Okay. Another topic that I want to get into, which is kind of what I've titled the video, is the idea of empty space. So I want to talk about empty space because it's something that makes a lot of people uncomfortable. Um, Most people, when they have time at the end of the day, it is often filled with some type of activity that numbs or distracts rather than nourish. And I want to say, like, no judgment. Like, everybody is essentially doing what they can to like get through, especially if they're in survival mode. Um, but in general, like sometimes people feel the need to fill like empty spaces, even if they're not necessarily filling the empty space with something that they want to keep. And I think my example in this instant is like buffer relationships. It's like I am entertaining maybe a casual relationship with a person. I know it's never going to go anywhere. I have the goal, desire, aspiration to meet a match. But the thing is, when you are filling the empty space with someone who's not your match, um, yes, you might be learning karmic lessons, but I wanted to reframe that empty space because what that empty space is actually supposed to be used for is for you to expand and fill it, right? for you to grow yourself and fill it, for your signal to become so clear that life has no choice but to introduce your match to you. And I know there's like a collective reasoning where it's almost like, I don't know, it's like the belief in fate, or you don't know what's going to happen, or something something. I want to let you know that you are the great filter of your life, right? People don't stop taking advantage of you and your resources until you put up boundaries. It's not like a coincidence when certain people encounter you or if certain people use you. It's because that boundary is not intact. And the stronger those boundaries become, the more you start seeing people that are actually genuine and nourishing for you. It's not a coincidence. It is you building these strength layers where you're saying, these are my standards in life. This is what I allow through the gate because I'm the gatekeeper. And this is what I want my life to look like, right? And it is being so steadfast about your standards and not settling that life has no choice but to match your energy. Okay. I think that was sufficient for first live. It's been 6 minutes. I've kind of rattled on. I hope to do this again sometime. I hope someone shows up and we can do some card readings together. I'm like, should I do a card reading right now just for like the collective? Yeah, sure. Why not? All right. So I have this deck. It's called Infinite Door. It's by Pamela Love. I really enjoy this deck. I was specifically looking for like a surrealist deck with surrealist art, and this one definitely delivered. I really enjoyed the kind of booklet that Pamela wrote, and it was just kind of about her journey with tarot, and I felt it was very personal and beautiful. She's a jewelry designer, which is kind of cool. So let's pull some cards for the collective. What does the collective need to know the most right now? What is some support that we can give the collective as they go through change? The old self is dying. This is the Ten of Swords. The old self is dying so that you can start new. Let it die. That's what I want to talk about. We have this resistance. Okay, so for people that hate to see suffering, for people that hate to see things not working well, for people who have compassion and empathy, those kind of like bleeding hearts, we always want to step in to help people, to help systems. We don't want to see things fall apart. But what I want to say is sometimes you need to allow the system to fall apart. And in that process, I want to say that the act of nurturing yourself and learning how to recirculate your energy and grow your energy, essentially develop a glow, is what's going to remind people that they're capable of doing that same thing. So you don't have to run around. You don't have to run around trying to dam up all the holes in the ship, right? Because you're running out of resources and you're essentially never getting anywhere because the fear energy is scattered. But what you need to do is bring all of that energy back to you, realize that you are the master of your ship. You are the one controlling your perspective. And you grow from here. This is project number one. Understanding what makes your life before you run around trying to help out everybody else. Okay, it's learning yourself, teaching others that they can also learn themselves. It is planting a garden right where you are standing and inspiring people to plant gardens next to you. And slowly we are turning the system around, right? Not by fighting it with swords, right? Not by fighting it with spears, not by fighting it with fire, but kind of by like exiting the matrix and being like, you know what? I'm not going to participate Because when you stop fueling a system, when you stop fueling anything, a relationship, with your energy, it either has to step up or it's going to fall away. And so that's what has to happen with these systems. You need to let them fall apart. Stop treating the symptoms, okay? Treat the system. Stop feeding it your energy. All right, let's pull another card. More swords. This is the Four of Swords. Okay, so what I noticed in this card is essentially her passive energy. So I'm going to read. It's funny because I also see this little like random hand in the background, and this guy's like, I'm still fighting. And she's like, yeah, whatever, I gave up. I'm just gonna sit here, I'm gonna hold my ground, I'm gonna stand guard. You guys can fight all you want, but I'm not fighting. So let me pull this meaning out. It says a ghostly figure rests against a stone tomb. 3 swords surround her, buried in sand, while a 4th is raised in the sky like a starlit portal. Upright, it's talking about meditation, healing, resolution, and recovery. Okay. Sometimes more progress is made from your rest and your recirculation. All right, I'm going to pull a final card. I'm going to keep these to myself.